Hey, writing team. This is Mark Shields, and I am kind of the point person for the writing team. And I wanted to send you all a video just as a quick overview for kind of how the writing team works and where you get your content for writing and writing skits and everything you need. So I'm going to send you an email with a couple of links, and then I'll explain kind of what's attached to those links, and then we can go from there. So I am going to send you a link to this drive with the crew skit for gospel projects, and inside that folder you're going to see all of these folders, and then the skits. And the two probably most important things as you begin are going to be the writing team schedule and then the skit writing guidelines. So as you go in there, all our skits for the last 7-8 years are in here, and so you've got a lot of content that you can draw from for ideas. Most of our skits are like one page, sometimes a little less, and they're built to just be fun and really draw the kids in and get their attention. I think most of you have seen it or participated or even done it, but just in case you haven't, I think you'll get the idea just by reading through a few. So first thing I will open up here is the writing team schedule, and so if you open that up and look inside, you'll get an idea. This is just really simple. The months over here, kind of the theme, and you will have the power to edit this. This is just a general idea for 2023 as we're coming up here. But Joel wrote the January skits, and then I thought maybe Justin would like to try the February skits, which is our Now Playing series. And then Jasmine would be new and Andrea would be new, and so maybe potentially have you guys write those skits. But everything is in flux, but this is how it works. And what I try to do is either write in what we are thinking, so that just everybody is in the know and we don't duplicate things. So Jasmine, if you had an idea, you could write yours here. Andrea, same, and then just a little description over here as to what it is, and then I try to put a few ideas down here just for future skits. But that's really it. You can click on that whenever, just so that you know when you're up. And then when you write, obviously you write for the full month for that theme, and it's usually an ongoing skit. One thing that's really important that I think you should know is that the skit, the guys that actually act out the skits are different every week. So in your mind, obviously you want those skits to build on each other. Cliffhangers are huge each week because that draws the kids in, makes them want to come back. So you can write those in if you'd like, but each week, even though maybe your theme is the same, the actor doing that theme may be different. So costumes are good, and that way they can have some kind of similarities each week. So for example, the shepherd, we're going to have a ton of different guys and girls doing the shepherd throughout the whole month, and it really, you'd think it makes a big difference, but with kids it really doesn't. So just know that, and write those skits almost in your mind as if there's one person doing it, but just know that there are probably going to be a person different each week. All right, so that is the writing team schedule and just a little bit about that. And then I'm going to go back here and then just open up the writing team skit guidelines. And so this is pretty basic, just kind of our writing process. Some of the things that we'd like to key on when at all possible with the main point and key passage. That's not imperative, but we love to do that when we can. And so you'll kind of read through that, and then just some pointers for writing your skits and each thing. And as you read through some of the existing skits, you'll get an idea of what the big picture question is, the main point, the key passage. Okay, so now what I think along with the writing guidelines is, where do you get your content? Well, you got two options, And so I can make you a administrator on our curriculum, and then you can work ahead if that's helpful to you, and pull up the week's skits way in advance and get that done. But also, a lot of the current skit writers and the guys that have written and the girls that have written in the past just use the app just like the leaders. And so they'll go on our app where you go to the Lifepoint Kids curriculum, and then they'll look up the lesson and just read through the lesson and use that for context as they write their skits to get main point and key passage. So I'm going to give you both of those options in the email just so that you have it. I'll do a link to the app, and then I'll also do a link to the curriculum. And if you'd like to do the curriculum, then you can kind of follow the prompts, sign in, and then use the curriculum and get those way in advance. They only put out the curriculum 3 months at a time, so basically quarterly. And the curriculum is now through the end of March, I believe. So you can't go too far ahead, but if you want to. And then the other nice thing that you can do is you can watch the videos that the kids watch, so you know exactly what they're going to be learning. And the Bible leader really just reiterates what's in the video and then gives a little bit of application for the kids to go along with the video lesson, and just reinforces what they learned through that video lesson. So the video lesson is really the main content, so you can watch that if you have the curriculum, but I think a lot of people just read through it. So those are the skit guidelines. Of course, as you read through those, pretty simple. If you have any questions, feel free. You can always reach out to me. And then here are the skits. So when you write a skit, you can send those skits to me. Once they're completed, I read through them. I might make a few adjustments, and then I put it in the curriculum format that everybody's used to. So the way that you write the skits, you can do that in however works best. Google Sheets is copy and paste. It works great, so that's obviously good. I've got people that send it in Word. I've got people that have sent it in notes. And so whatever format you choose is great. You can send it to me, and then I'll get it ready, and I put it in this folder so that all our skit team and Bible leaders and the hosts that do the skits each week at all the campuses can see the skits in the format that they're used to. And this is the format. So I'll just click on one of these and just give you a quick run through. So there's your key passage. That key passage will be the same through the whole unit. The units pretty much match up months, not always exactly when you have like Easter and things, but pretty close. And so you got your key passage, big picture question. The Bible leader hits this. You as a host can always kind of go into this as well. The Christ connection. So this is huge every week. They do this in their small groups and in large group, and connect. No matter what story they learn from the scripture, we always connect it back to Christ and the gospel. And so this is always a leader Bible study. I encourage you to just read this for context, just so that you know what they're going to be learning. And then here's an example of the skit. So I've copied and pasted this, put it in, host skit in a game. We try to include a game or some kind of video. We want those skits to last once they're finished about 5 to 7, 8 minutes, and then kind of dovetail and hand over to the Bible leader. And so that is that. And so we've got this host skit and game, little game. You can use the games, minute to win it games. YouTube has tons of kids games, and so you can. I want you guys to write those and kind of come up with those. And we have done so many that you have literally hundreds of them that you could go back and use if you have an idea from old content, old skits. I mean, hundreds of games are in written into each of these skits. So you got a lot there, and then you can always look on YouTube. So there's the host skit, and then we transition to the Bible leader. We do that really in a really simple way. Usually just have the Bible leader come out, say something to the host, and then they kind of go back and forth, and then Bible leader takes over, and then the Bible leader teaches through some of this content. And the Bible leader usually has a question for kids video, which is optional. Some campuses do it, some don't, just so that you know, but it's a video element that we have. And then the Bible leader always finishes with prayer and sometimes an invitation. So that is kind of a quick overview of the lesson, just so that you're familiar. And this is what the large group leaders use before they teach. So really, I mean, in a very quick nutshell, that is it. Feel free to email me. I'll put my email on this video, and then obviously I will. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. All right, thanks so much.